So Google what done created this quantum chip. Not any kind of chip. Sure ain't no potato chip, I'll tell you that much. It would take El Capitan, the world's largest supercomputer, 10 to the 10 years to solve.
Do you think El Capitan feels bad?
It's cucked. It's sitting in a digital cuck chair just watching Willow absolutely plow through this math problem in 5 minutes.
I tried to listen to it, and I kept just rewinding and be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds. Okay, but what happens if they get more qubits?
Let me sell it to the public like this. All right, check it out. Everybody likes cigarettes, right?
We changed the molecular levels of tobacco. You can now rip as many darts as you want.
And in fact, it makes you hotter. I mean, they already do, but it makes you hotter.
That might get us copyright.
Just humming? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
God, with how fickle these things are these days. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't even hum a song, they say. These jerks.
They really are jerks, aren't they?
I was humming the Christmas Toad song.
That's the problem. I think if you sang it, it would be protected by parody, but because it's just the melody, tune.
Yeah, Christmas Toad. Oh, Christmas Toad. Yeah. Christmas. In case you missed it, Christmas Toad merch is available. I should have been wearing one. Whatever. And there he is, right there. My mom also got me a little ornament.
She got you a Christmas Toad ornament.
Yeah, a Christmas Toad ornament. It's in between. Apparently, this little plushie is called something. It's called like a
toad tree.
No, but it's got like someone left a comment saying it's got a name or something. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Wow, really riveting.
Yeah, who knows? But hey, exciting news for if you're a Spotify user out there, if you're a Spotify listener. Oh, by the way, welcome to the show. We got a great episode for you today.
Yeah, how rude of you.
We're going to be talking. So sorry I didn't acknowledge you guys. We've got a great episode. We're going to be talking about quantum stuff. And this ain't your mama's quantum, all right? This isn't the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Ant-Man.
Where Ant-Man goes and battles Uncleman.
And Wasp Lady.
And Speederman.
Which we'd love to see Evangeline Lilly getting work, you know?
Oh, man. What a dreamboat. But if you're a Spotify listener, you can now sign up for our bonus episodes right there through Spotify.
And a bunch of you have.
And it's great. And what and if you haven't signed up for our bonus episodes, it's $5 a month. It costs literally nothing.
Well, depends who you ask.
With inflation, that's literally nothing. And you get all kinds of good stuff, including and especially access to our now over 75 bonus episodes from the last year plus.
Plus ad-free main episodes, plus some other weird stuff we put on there.
Like early access to live show ticket sales, speaking of which.
That's right. We're coming to Boston and New York in February. We will be, am I going to fuck these dates up? Boston on February 6th, Thursday, February 6th at the Armory. I think it's in Somerville for you Bostonians. And then we're going to Caveat Theater. We're doing something different. We've already done New York a couple times, 3 times now at this point. We're doing something a little different. We're trying something with a friend of ours. We're going to be doing a little live D&D at Caveat Theater. That's a really small theater. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, jump on both. But as Ben was saying, if you remember, there's going to be there already was an early access code to get yourself some tickets to
on the 18th. Yeah.
But for the next shows, you'll be able to get into some early access tickets. But either way, if you're watching this now, the tickets are live. Go get a ticket. They will be in the description box.
Look at the description. Get it.
There will be links to those tickets. We will see you there, Boston and New York. More dates coming too.
Yeah, more
dates. We
didn't
forget about you other cities.
No, more dates. We're gonna take this relationship to the next step with more dates.
Also, so we've got 2 dates, Boston, New York. That means the next date we do, we're gonna have sex with you.
Whoa. I better trim up. Holy cannoli. Also, the Weekend Rip is back. We are going to be live tomorrow. That's 3 days from now for us, tomorrow for you, or today for you, or 2 days ago for you, depending on when you are listening to or watching this. And that's on the Stock Twits YouTube page. So please support us there. You can go back and watch every previous episode. They're really great. They're really fun. And last but not least, the Q&A. We're going to be doing the Q&A soon. And that's another thing for members only. We post a Google Voice number. I'll post it in the next couple days. So you can call, record us a voicemail, and maybe we'll choose it because we're going to be recording on New Year's Eve. Yo. And that's the thing is apparently called the frog is called a jelly cat. It's called a jelly cat.
Oh,
which is kind of messed up because to
me
me it looks like a frog, but they're calling it a jelly cat. Sounds to me it's probably like a Beanie Baby thing. Like they're not babies, they're little animals.
it's like a square rectangle situation.
Yeah, man, that is a cute little
all jelly
little thing.
cats are toads, but not all toads are jelly cats.
Yeah, that's right. And we love our little guys.
And if you want to find out, go back and watch that on benandemilboston.com.
Yeah. Still no word on the female opening, but you know, God, I'm just gonna be on one today.
I'm caressing the gun under my desk.
Jeez. Oh gosh. Whoops. So hey, a lot of stuff going on. Hey, pal. AA, pal.
A lot of stuff going on.
Google done. Depending on who you ask, they might have just proved that there's a multiverse.
I don't think they did.
I don't think that they did.
Also, quick apology to everyone. Editor's note. I did read a fake tweet last week, and I'm sorry about that.
What fake tweet?
There was the Elon Musk tweet I read about the United Healthcare thing.
Oh, was it the thing about CEOs are essential or something?
It was about him talking about how he's just like doing what any prudent CEO should do. I got duped. There's a lot of shit flying around, and I apologize for that. And we will be going live later today, and I'll be self-flagellating to make it up to you.
I saw those comments, and I thought that it was naturally out since I'm the one always getting duped on Twitter.
No, they said Emil read the wrong.
Oh, wow. Ha! What an idiot. God, that's embarrassing. Man, I'm so sorry on his behalf, guys. Oh, geez.
Tune in live if you want to see me
seppuku?
Self-flagellate.
Yeah. Anyway. So Google what done created this quantum chip. Not any kind of chip. Sure ain't no potato chip, I'll tell you that much.
Can I ask if you understand what quantum computing is?
I kind of do, yes.
Don't look at the screen. Tell me.
Well, okay.
Don't look at the screen.
Don't look at the screen.
What? No. Just
don't look at the
everybody
screen.
shut up for a minute.
Try to tell me what quantum.
So what is?
No. Try to tell me what quantum.
Well, okay. Before we talk about quantum computing, we have to understand what regular computing is, right?
Okay.
This is my understanding of it, because I've read about this stuff before.
Because
go ahead.
The Wall Street Journal did a thing about this. They did like a whole series of. It was like a podcast on quantum computing and how they're getting closer and stuff. And so I was like,
don't listen to that. Listen to this instead.
I mean, well, you won't want. I tried to listen to it and I kept just rewinding and be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Every 5 seconds. Okay, but what happens if they get more qubits?
Yeah. How do they make? Because then, okay, so
and even on this, I'm like, what are you talking about?
I watched the presentation of the Google absolute sweetheart of a nerd. He goes up there and you can tell that he's gotten media training because he's using whoever does the media training for Google and for Apple when they do all these things.
It's always just
like use your hands, just use your hands. And he goes up there and I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna explain it to me in English like I'm 5. And he goes up and he just starts using all this jargon. I'm like, I can't pause. I would have to learn the definition of like 18 different words before. Yeah.
I also watched there was like a little 6-minute video from like inside the Google quantum computing lab or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're interviewing all these dickheads who work in there. It's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know. And then I was trying to Google, like, what's the difference between a quantum chip versus a quantum computer? And all I get is, what's the difference between a quantum computer and a regular computer? I'm like, no, I want to know the difference between the fucking chip and the computer.
Well, apparently,
I still don't know.
But apparently the chip is where it's all happening. They have to build all that shit around it because it creates so much heat and stuff. They've got to have all these ridiculous refrigerators and.
Yeah. So, okay. My
All right, explain to
understanding
me.
is
Don't look at the screen.
normally a normal computer, like the ones that we've got in our phones, like your laptop there, they are they use bits.
Zeros and ones.
Zeros and ones. So everything that gets fed into and spat out of your computer is all transferred into the binary code language that a computer understands, right?
Sure.
It's all, hey, this color can be translated to whatever version of zeros and ones. And that's all tiny little pieces of silicon, on millions of them on chips, right? And with quantum computing, so in that, everything is either a 0 or a 1.
Right.
0 or a 1.
Quantum computing.
With quantum
it could
computing,
be anything. It could be a 0 and a 1 at the same time.
yes.
It's
So
called a superposition.
instead of
What the fuck's that mean?
Instead of,
You
well,
fucking nerd.
when you think about supercomputers, right?
I never do. I want to be clear.
Same.
I never think about
Exactly.
that.
There's a fucking website called top500.org. And it's just, let's go. I want to show you guys this real fast. Top500.org. It's published twice a year, and it's just the list of the top 500 supercomputers. And the one that just was published on November 18th, the 64th edition of the Top 500, reveals that the biggest supercomputer right now is called El Capitan. And it's based in the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California. It is the most powerful system on the list with an HPL score. You want to guess what that stands for? Hot pussy liquor. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's childish.
High processing language.
I don't know. Who actually knows? Nobody knows. And it's
don't tell me to guess and then not give.
Well, I thought we'd have fun trying to guess what it stands for together. Hey, everybody. We want to take a quick little break to thank a sponsor of our show. We're talking about the holiday season. We're talking about giving a good gift. You still need a good gift? You better get your act together, first of all. And second of all, I got the perfect gift solution for you right here. For everybody. Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa.
The entire family.
The entire family. Yeah, I'm of course talking about Aura frames, right? It is a digital picture frame. You can upload pictures and videos to it, have a little fun with it. Maybe you want to throw in a little funny photo when it starts to cycle through, and then you make your mom laugh or something. It's you can look at the pictures without having to scroll on your phone, and you get it right there. These things, they're very high quality.
It's incredible. I mean, the nicest thing about it for me is that you can buy it and preload some photos.
That's
okay?
exactly right.
So you can just give this thing ready to go. You're giving it to your aunt. I'm always giving it to my aunts.
Mm-hmm.
They love these things. So I'm picking photos of us, on family trips. I'm including some sweet ones, a couple funny ones that it might surprise them when they go, "Oh, I can't believe you put that. Can't believe you put that one in."
Yeah.
But then they can add their own. They can have a ton of fun with this thing. It's the sweetest present.
Yeah, it is a truly special, unforgettable gift. So save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frame by using promo code BAES at checkout. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code BAES. This deal is exclusive to our listeners and viewers. So get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply. Well, either way, that HPL score is pretty high at 1.72 exaflops. 1.742 exaflops per second. I Googled what an exaflop is, and it's one of those definitions where it refers to another. One exaflop is actually one petaflop. And it's like, okay, thanks. That doesn't tell me a fucking thing. An HPL score is a measurement of a computer's performance in solving a dense system of linear. It stands for High Performance LinPack.
Wow, wasn't I close? Didn't I say something?
Yeah, high performance language or something.
Wow.
I said hard pussy liquor or something.
Can
anyway,
we talk about that?
It's got 11 million combined CPU and GPU cores. And it's massive, and it's used for
It's taking every fiber of my being to not make the snoring sound.
Yeah. Well, it's used to advance. This is kind of neat. It's used to advance nuclear weapons science and scientific discovery. Its function is high performance computing for advanced simulations related to nuclear stockpile management, including material discovery, high energy density physics, and weapon design. So you got this giant, massive computer, right? And this Google Willow chip just solved this math thing that would take that supercomputer longer,
10 septillion years.
more years than the age of the universe.
Which they like broke their own record. The first time they did this, they took another problem that was similar, which would have taken about 10,000 years.
What problem was it? Racism?
And
they took racism and
it was a mathematical problem.
2 + 2.
But they did it in 3 minutes.
Wow.
With their ridiculous little computer. That's what, if I worked at Google, I would go to the quantum computing thing and say, look at your ridiculous little computer.
Wait, what? You would go to the quantum computer and say
to the lab.
Oh,
to
yeah.
Those dorks.
Yeah.
Work on something real. We're an ad company. We sell ads, you morons.
Yeah. How can we make these ads? Yeah, that's what they're gonna. How are we gonna make these ads more efficient? So, and as it turns out, because I was a little confused, I was like, so what's the math problem? And it's not. It's all so confusing. It's
You're not gonna be able to figure it out.
It's not necessarily a math problem. It's like a benchmark test that they show. Basically, all you got to know is what that stat is. That whatever this benchmark is that it achieved, it would take El Capitan, the world's largest supercomputer, 10 to the 10 years to solve.
Do you think El Capitan feels bad?
Yeah, it's cucked. It's sitting in a digital cuck chair, just watching Willow absolutely plow through this math problem in 5 minutes.
And he's still trying to work.
And it's just going, oh, this would take me 10 to the 10 years to solve. Oh, this is embarrassing.
He's sitting there with his zeros and ones.
Yeah. I've only got zeros. I'm binary. Well, that's the thing. It's true to the culture. Google's Willow, non-binary.
Honestly, binary's out.
Yeah, it's out. Non-binary is in. So what that means is quantum is non-binary. Quantum computer uses ones and zeros, but it puts them in a quantum bit instead of a little silicon bit, and they're called qubits. And I still don't understand how that exists in physical space. But okay, so I'm going to try this. Qubits exist in superposition, meaning they exist as zeros and ones simultaneously. It's the probability of being a 0 or a 1 or fucking both. I don't know. The way I saw it being explained is, think of a normal road with cars going both ways, just like a normal street. With quantum, that would be like a normal computer, right?
What's your normal street look like?
You know, cars going beep beep, toot toot, ha ha.
If
hello.
You look to the left and the right, what do you see though?
Other car. Well, that's still, it's just cars. I don't know.
Oh, you don't see any.
It's a freeway, brother.
Okay.
It's a freeway.
Okay.
It's a freeway.
I saw nice houses.
Cars going one way, cars going the other way. You got some billboards, and check that out, strip club right there. And with quantum, it's cars going in all directions, up, down, sideways, left, right, back and forth. That sounds like a pretty chaotic road. I don't want to drive on that shit.
No, it's also apparently
let alone drunk.
Prone to making mistakes because of all this.
That's the thing. These little shits are incredibly sensitive. They have to be kept super cold, and they can't be disturbed. You can't yell at them. Sounds like my ex-wife. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's why she's your ex.
Yeah. But yeah, they got to be kept near absolute zero temperature. They are extremely susceptible to sound, vibration, you name it. That enables them to stay in superposition, because if any of those things are disturbed, they become knocked out of superposition, which causes errors, which is the big problem. Up until now, was the big problem with quantum computing, is they weren't able to stabilize all of the errors that come out of this process. And the way Google figured it out was, if we add more qubits, those errors start to diminish because the qubits like rely on each other, I guess. And like kind of if one of them's fucking up, they're like, yo, sober up.
Yo, chill out, dude. You're being crazy.
Hey, drink some water, dude. And then that qubit's like, oh, so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking, man. And then the other qubits come in and go, it's all right, man. Just shape up. But then one other guy's, barfing in the toilet in the little chip. And they're over there like holding her hair back. And then they're all kind of feeding off of each other. And then the errors just kind of.
Right. But so this Willow chip is still at an incredibly low amount of qubits.
It's 105.
Which is nothing.
Yeah.
It's enough to do your dumb little math problem.
Mm-hmm.
But because the way, they obviously want a big story around this. They want the headlines. They want the multiverse. And we figured out all this stuff. And people were talking, oh, I guess your Bitcoin's useless now because it can
hack it.
Yeah, with quantum computing, you can render regular encryption useless. That would take, I think, somewhere between the tune of 8 to 10 million qubits or something like that. It's so far from.
Yeah. And even then, if we reach the point where a quantum computer could hack like Bitcoin, you got other problems. That means it's able to hack banking. It's able to like national security shit. The fact it is so funny that these people looking for anything to tear down Bitcoin are like, oh, now, guess what? Now your Bitcoin's trouble.
Really makes you wonder why we're even doing it.
Quantum computing?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked, my friend.
Yeah.
Because as it turns out, there are some practical use cases for this shit.
Hacking your Bitcoin. Pharmaceuticals.
What quantum computing is, from my understanding, what it's good for is sorting through vast oceans of data, right? Of data. Do you call it data or data?
I'm not telling you.
Say it. Come on.
No, it's a personal question. Fuck. I'm not going to answer it.
Because if you said data, I'm going to say mama. As always. But so quantum computers are good for sorting through tons of data, developing new technologies, drugs in particular. We love new drug. Give me some drugs, man. God, give me. What I want these quantum computers to develop is a cancer-free, problem-free, actually healthy for you form of nicotine. Give me some cigarettes. That's what you want
the quantum computer
yes,
to do.
That is the utopia that quantum computers will achieve. And if I were, they should get like a good front man to sell this shit instead of the nerd at Google. I'm like, let me sell it to the public like this. All right, check it out. Everybody likes cigarettes, right?
We changed the molecular levels of tobacco. You can now rip as many darts as you want.
And in fact, it makes you hotter. I mean, they already do, but it makes you hotter. It makes your heart like just everything's good. Sugar's good for you. I mean, it is, but that would be so. I've been consuming so much sugar. I need to chill out.
Sugar's good for you.
So sugar's good for you now. Cigarettes are good for you. Everything that was bad before quantum computing has made better and good for you. So whereas classical computer, I love that they call them classical computers. Like that shit's classical.
Dude, take it easy on my classical computer.
I got one right underneath my feet. I'm stomping on it right now because I can't wait to get rid of this thing. So classical computers are deterministic, right?
Losers.
They rely on tons of computations to determine a specific singular outcome. Like, hey, give it all this data, and it goes, okay, here is your singular outcome, right? But quantum computing is probabilistic, meaning it'll find the most likely solution. So
it's like using ChatGPT.
It is. It's kind of like that.
It's like, I think this is what it is.
I was reading.
Great. Fucking moron.
IBM. It's really funny because IBM has been talking about and doing quantum and AI shit.
And they're talking shit on this, being like, nah.
We've been doing it for longer.
You guys ain't hot shit.
Yeah. But they missed the boat. They're valued at a paltry $200 billion while Google's cresting $2 trillion these days.
Because they know they know when they solve a little math problem, they go, Tell everyone we confirmed the multiverse is real and that quantum computing is here. Their Bitcoin is in danger.
Just freak them out.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, we want to take a quick break to thank another sponsor of today's show. It's Shopify. Oh,
Ka-ching,
man.
ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
You hear that sound that my esteemed colleague is making? That's the sound of another sale on Shopify. It is, they're pretty much the best. They are the the platinum standard, dare I say, in e-commerce. And I certainly remember in our early modest days of this show, we didn't know where to start, but we just knew the brand. We knew the name, Shopify. That's where we're going to go.
And Shopify helped us big time.
They did.
When we went out on our own, we didn't even know what we were doing. We were able to set up an online store easily. We were able to get POS system for selling merch at live shows. They made everything a cinch for us.
Everything was so easy. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. They are the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And they also boost conversion rates by up to 50%, meaning way fewer carts go abandoned with Shopify. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more on Shopify. So upgrade your business and get the same checkout that we use. And sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/BAES, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/BAES to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/BAES. Well, so IBM has this great explainer that I was poring over, and they said a good way to think about that with the whole deterministic and probabilistic is, and a use case, a great use case is like today, if scientists wanted to know how a molecule will behave, say they're working on a drug or a treatment or something, they synthesize the molecule, they experiment with it in the real world, and then if they want to make a slight tweak, like, okay, what happens if we take away an electron or whatever the fuck, they've got to synthesize it again, they've got to experiment with it in the real world, and on and on and on and on. That's obviously very time consuming. It's very expensive, and computers that we have now can't simulate that because they don't have the working memory to handle all the possible permutations and iterations of these little molecules and all that shit. It would take years and decades, however long. But so quantum computers can create multi-dimensional computational spaces that behave just like the molecules do in nature.
Don't say that to me like I'm supposed to know what that means.
It's basically a simulation.
Right. It's basically be able to run a ton of very specific tests that would take a very long time very quickly.
Yeah. And I guess an important thing to note is that they're not meant to, nor will they likely replace classical computers because they're just not practical for certain things. They also don't have any memory.
Also, you got to lug around a goddamn refrigerator with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. So if you've seen, also if you're wondering what a quantum computer looks like, they look very space age, futuristic. I don't even fucking know. And the majority of it, all the pipes and like cords and shit, that's all the cooling mechanism to keep it all.
Yeah, that's what I said. The chip is really the thing that's doing the work. The rest is just like keeping it cool.
Chill.
We got to get our hands on one of these things.
Dude, I know. I want to destroy one.
I would love to destroy one. This stuff, did you ever, it was one of the first podcasts, I think. It was the Ricky Gervais show. This was, I'm talking like 2005 or something.
Whoa.
Or like,
holy
maybe I'm wrong.
Shit.
Google it.
The Ricky Gervais show
podcast. Holy shit. 1998 to 2005.
Well, that was when it was on the radio.
Yeah. But they basically, it was him, Stephen Merchant, and this. Have you ever interacted with the show at all?
No, but it's that dumb guy that they then made the travel show for, right?
Carl Pilkington.
Yeah.
Well, that was the funny thing. When you listen back, and the whole conceit was them basically him saying things that they felt were outlandish and them laughing their heads off.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's just not, he's not great at articulating himself, but I think his ideas are somewhat realistic. It's not as ridiculous as they make it out to be. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of, he would always have these things about tech. And it was kind of funny at the time. You'd laugh because he'd be like, I think with tech they should just stop. Like, I think we've got enough. And they were like, what do you mean? But he was basically saying, like, I don't know what the value add of all of this tech stuff is to keep on going and going. And sometimes in recent years, I'm like, you know what? I kind of feel like Carl Pilkington, where I'm just like, do we need a fucking quantum computer?
Yeah.
Do we need to run 1 million tests?
I'm going to say yes, we do.
Maybe we don't need to cure cancer.
Oh. Well, we already have a cure for cancer, but the CIA is keeping it.
Do you think that's true?
You know, I don't know, man.
Wow.
I think that there's something to be said for the influence of the pharmaceutical industry, keeping certain things. You know, they suppress our medicine so they can feed us their cures or sell us their cures, type thing. We're in the age now where everything that was once a conspiracy is just little by little turning out to be true.
Well, that's because the CIA slowly declassifies their documents, and you go, you guys were doing that.
You guys, what are you doing, man? Golly.
Well, but that makes me feel like that's a perfect where it's like, what if they just put effort into being like, you know what, we're going to make sure they can't fucking pollute your water and you're not drinking microplastics anymore.
That's where I struggle, because it's like, okay, so many of these conspiracies require you to have conflicting truths at the same time. Like, okay, if they're trying to depopulate us, then why are they like, shouldn't they be encouraging us to smoke cigarettes? Shouldn't they be encouraging a bunch of other shit that's destructive to your health? When I don't know.
Who's trying to depopulate us?
I don't know, fucking deep state. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I don't even know anymore. When these fucking people, when they're spraying like the fucking chemtrails, right? Oh, they're spraying chemtrails. They're spraying chemicals all over the population. You do realize that those rich and powerful people live under the same sky that we do, right?
Yeah, but that's such a weird example, because just as we're saying, and as we talked last week about, like, they are poisoning water supplies where like even rich people have to
drink water.
Yeah.
That's why some of these people are just beyond. There's always going to be a workaround. There's always going to be an explanation.
But
do I think that there's a cure for cancer out there? No.
But there might be.
There might be.
As the great Kanye West said.
What did he say?
Magic Johnson's still alive. All the broke motherfuckers passed away.
That's a great point. You tend to forget that Magic Johnson had full-blown AIDS, huh?
Yeah, but I guess at that, I don't fucking know. I don't want to go down this.
Yeah. Anyway, so they got to keep these computers cold, right? They got to keep them real cold.
So you were going to tell me why? You were going to tell me why we need quantum computing?
I think that we are on the cusp of technology really ushering in a lot of really good things for humanity.
Like what?
Beyond the likes of like the dopamine hits of TikTok and social media. I think that what
would you say is a good thing that tech has ushered in?
Again, the comment section, dude.
No, come on.
No. What would I say a good thing that technology has ushered in? Information.
Like in the past 20 years.
Information being at our fingertips, whereby anybody with the willingness or means can educate themselves on any topic, regardless of social status.
I would agree in that moment, I'd be like, yes, this is a huge breakthrough. People are going to have all the information at their fingertips.
Yeah.
But I would say that people are dumber than ever.
Yeah, truly.
I think it's...
but how do you measure dumb?
Go fucking talk to somebody.
Go.
That's very true. I mean, the example that comes to my mind is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Just one of the dumbest pieces of shit, and she's in a position of power. Or Donald Trump. All these people. I would say, though, that...
But I do think that is I think that's a good goal and not a bad thing to get more people more information. And I don't know if that's the direct result of people being dumber or what, but yeah, that is a good one. I just think a lot of times when people package these tech things of like, look what we've done. And it's like made it so we can deliver food easier. I mean, this...
my my scalp cream, my foam. That's a nice innovation. Ozempic is proving to be a really, really nice one.
Give that one some time.
And that's a big one.
That one.
It's saving lives. There's all sorts of don't get me
I think that
wrong.
one's a ticking time bomb, but
I'm not a blind optimist. I am a cautious optimist and a skeptic, a natural skeptic. And I think that I'm trying to envision how
I'm talking like the last 20 years because even for example, when the polio vaccine came out, 50s, 60s?
Yeah, something like that, 30s.
We now have people being like, don't take the polio vaccine.
Yeah. Because it's going to make your son stupid. Right? You got to measure it by, you got to add and you got to, what's the thing? The overall, is it a net good or a net bad? I think it's a net good technology. I know exactly where I'm going to be.
Tech's a broad thing. I'm not saying like.
It's a guy thing too. It's not a broad thing.
Every tech thing is bad.
Mm-hmm. Hey, everybody. Got to take one more last break to thank the best sponsor this show's ever had, MooMoo. MooMoo? Huge shout out to Glenn. Huge shout out to everybody over at MooMoo. They're pretty much the best investing trading app you can get. And let me tell you why. They got all sorts of tools and data all at your fingertips disposal. All at the disposal of your fingertips, however you want to phrase it. I don't know. I'm not a wordsmith. I'm just a guy who does a little bit of stocks from time to time. And that's why I love MooMoo. They've got all the news you could possibly need and want. And you're not paying for it like you would with things like Bloomberg and all that other stuff, all that other junk. You get it all for free right there on MooMoo. You can do paper trading if you're a little nervous Nelly and you want to just wet your beak first. You can just play pretend. You can do some paper trading. They got this heat map feature. It shows a direct view of the market by block size, color, and shade, allowing investors to observe market trends and identify investment opportunities. These are really fun, right? You can just see like, oh, if the biggest stock up today, it's a big block and it's green, or if everything, it's a big heat map, it shows red and green and all that stuff. You got trend projection. You can analyze the past 30 days of a stock's candlestick patterns and compare them to the historical trends of up to 100 similar candlestick charts of different stocks. That really comes in handy if you want to talk probabilities and do some risk analysis. They've also got low trading fees. You can trade U.S. stocks, ETFs, and options with zero commission, no minimum deposit requirement, no account maintenance fees. Other fees may apply, and you can check the website for details on that. But the biggest thing, that sign-up bonus. It is so attractive. Emil, why don't you tell me about it?
First one you got, this one's huge. All right, the 8.1% APY cash sweep. You enroll, you activate, you get 8.1% APY for 3 months on uninvested cash. That's huge. This one's my favorite, though. Up to 15 free stocks. All right, you deposit $100, you get 5 free stocks. You deposit $1,000, you get 10 additional free stocks. And then there's a transfer in bonus on 1.5% cash rewards. You're going to want to check it out. Get in there. Huge bonuses.
There you have it, folks. Get on it now. Check the link in the description. Thank you.
Just saying what we've done in the past 20 years. I'm like, what the fuck did we do to ourselves?
I fully agree because I know what you're talking about. You're talking about ads in your face all the time.
People unhappy or like at historic levels, people feeling isolated and lonely and not knowing how to fucking do things. And I think we have definitely overshot and there needs to be some corrections. Access to information, communication, makes it, that's one that's a double-edged sword. Do you like being able to be in contact? You know what we should have stopped?
What?
Email. As soon as we sent the first email, we should have been like, we did it.
Yeah, it's done.
Remember telegrams? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're never doing. You can just do it right here.
You had to say stop at the end of every sentence.
Yeah, you can send an email now.
Yeah,
we did it. We're good.
Efficiency, learning.
Oh, efficiency.
Privacy, environmental effects. That's a negative one. Misinformation one, a negative one. Automation is kind of a good, bad. Listen, it's a mixed bag. You know, you go trick or treating on Halloween. Sometimes you get some good and plenties. Do you like those little licorice candies? I don't know. Are you a fucking sicko? Maybe you like them. I like them.
You know what I would do if I was president?
What?
To get all this under control?
What?
You can have all the tech you want.
Yeah.
But it's desktops only. We're going back. You can't take it with you. You want to log on to the World Wide Web? Have at it. You can have TikTok. You can have DoorDash. Anything you want. From desktop, though.
As your vice president, I'm going to fully support this. And I'm also going to say, we must shut off the internet at 10 p.m. every night.
Huge, yeah.
Everybody must have a family time.
Your desktop does shut off at 10 p.m.
Yeah, 10 p.m. every night. Doesn't matter what you're in the middle of. Could be
and
important.
If you're going, oh, sorry, JFK, I have a VPN. Well, no, you don't, because we got rid of those too.
Yeah. And I will be in Dallas, Texas, driving in a convertible. If you would like to come out and say hi to me and my wife, Jackie Onassis. Jesus God. Okay, so back to the qubits. I didn't know this, but apparently there are a few different ways to do qubits. So, like, there's this company called IonQ, and they have charged atoms caught in electromagnetic traps as qubits. That's how they're doing it. There's another company called PsiQuantum that's using particles of light as qubits, so they're more resilient to physical stimuli like vibrations and whatnot. There's another one called Quantum Brilliance that are using diamonds to stabilize qubits, allowing them to exist at room temperature. So, oy vey.
I have one thing to say about this.
What?
Sure they are.
Sure.
The diamonds are in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's using photons.
Yeah.
It's using whatever.
Well, so just speaking of that, it's a very, very, it's the hottest thing in stocks right now. So many of these stocks are up 10x over the last couple months.
Multiverse confirmed.
And I would just say, if you're out there and you're thinking about buying some of these stocks, just please don't. Or if you are, just be real fast, real nimble, and play with very little money.
Dump your kids' school fund in it.
Into because some of these are sporting multi-billion-dollar valuations on like $50,000 in revenues. It's insane. These are still very.
Well, because they're betting on the future, dude.
I know, but this is like how it always works. This is a classic case of like a big headline, and then there being a group of companies that are relevant to the headline. Just to speak to how ridiculous it is, that one company that I was pissed off about, Quantum Co. They're
not even quantum computing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the stock is going because it's got quantum in the name.
Which is great. They're probably like, this is going to be a mess.
It's when we have to explain to people, no, we just do tape storage. That's what they fucking do, is tape storage.
We thought quantum was a cool name.
Yeah. Quantum Corporation. Anyway.
Dude, come on. That's fun, though. They're building qubits out of diamonds. That's fun.
That is pretty cool. Or trapping them in a little electromagnetic prison.
Don't invest in any company that's trapping the qubits. Let the qubits be free. Build them out of diamonds.
But so while it is like it's just going to accelerate. It's going to get crazier from here because, Google's got that 105 qubit computer or chip. China just developed a 504 qubit one.
Yeah, no, you don't see them bragging about it.
Amen, brother. I mean, they've got other things to brag about, like lifting 1 billion people out of poverty with their.
Wow, CCP is strong. Confirmed.
Yeah, CCP is very strong.
Xi Jinping, come on the pod.
Yeah, God, I would love to have Xi Jinping on here. So what's it's just like AI. It's another race. It's the first to really develop this and make it so that it's a viable technology is going to wield a lot of power in a way that we don't know the implications of it yet.
Sure we do. Your Bitcoin? Fucked.
Your Bitcoin is fucked. But who's going to take it? Who? China? What are they going to do with it?
Yeah, well, I was reading about something. I mean, we have no idea what's going to happen, but the U.S. government is floating ideas of having a Bitcoin reserve and people talking about countries literally stealing each other's crypto. What did we do to ourselves? Why are we?
I sold most of my fart coin.
Why did we do this to ourselves?
I know.
We could have had a functioning economy, and we chose this route. But I mean, even Deloitte released a little thing about what does quantum computing mean for your Bitcoin?
Yeah.
And it's a whole long article about how many Bitcoin are actually vulnerable at this time. It turns out at least a quarter of the Bitcoin could be vulnerable to quantum computing.
See, I'm no expert. I don't know what the fuck to think on this. I read one tweet that says, actually, your Bitcoin is totally safe because by the time quantum computing comes out, it's this guy Hartmut Nevin, who's the leader of the Google AI quantum team. This is the other part that we alluded to at the beginning. He said that the computational power of this Willow chip could be a direct result of interactions across parallel dimensions.
He's talking shit.
He said, this number exceeds known timescales in physics and vastly exceeds the age of the universe. It lends credence to the notion that quantum computation occurs in many parallel universes, in line with the idea that we live in a multiverse, a prediction first made by David Deutsch. So he's saying that the only way that this thing, well, not the only way, this quantum computation must or may rely on help from parallel universes. I don't know if I buy that. I don't want it to be true. Because it means that
to be the real one.
Yeah.
I mean, that means there's
infinite.
some nice realities out there that we're getting left out on.
There's ones where you and I both have huge tits.
Where everyone has huge tits.
Where everybody has huge tits.
Everything's the same?
It's
just huge tits all the way down.
Yeah. Oh, man. Can you imagine? Bonk, 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 bonk. My buddy was showing me.
It also means there's a lot of worse realities too, so at least we got this one.
Yeah. Just real fast caveat. Friend of mine.
Caveat Theater. See you there.
Yeah, New York City.
Great plug. Whoa.
My buddy sent me a screenshot of a woman that he matched with on Hinge.
And she had big boobs.
No. She's self-proclaimed a little overweight, and
self-proclaimed a little overweight.
One of her responses to one of the prompts was, "My whole body feels like a tit." I just thought that was great. I would immediately just be like, "Man, you're funny."
My whole body feels like a tit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Squishy, So anyway, all that's to say, it's pretty wild stuff. Don't panic yet.
This show's kind of like a Qubit show, if you think about it, because
we're entangled.
A lot of podcasts and shows, they'll be they're like a regular ass two-way street, This thing, we could be talking about something, all of a sudden we're talking about tits.
Zip, damn, zip. Yeah. The Ben and Emil Show, the only show where in the same episode, in the same point, we'll be talking about a woman's whole body feeling like a tit while we're talking about quantum computing. And that's what makes us the best.
The best in the biz.
Yeah. So what is our conclusion?
Buy lots of quantum computing stocks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't stop.
Don't even look into what they do. If it just, honestly, if it has a Q in the name, get it.
Yeah. But not a Q at the end, because that typically means that it's going bankrupt. But yeah, I'm excited for what's to come. I hope that it's used. There's no way that quantum computing is going to be used to the detriment of humanity. There's no way.
It couldn't.
No, it couldn't possibly happen. And I look forward to it being. I look forward to the potential of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and cancer and impotence and male pattern baldness being solved in our lifetime.
Male pattern baldness.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not something that I'm afflicted with.
Do you think in our lifetime?
Absolutely.
Wow. I
think that with the advances in artificial intelligence and quantum computing, and when those two intersect, we are going to see a lot of exciting advances happen quicker than we're going to be able to. In as much as we're still unable to kind of comprehend cell phones and what they do to our little monkey brains, it's going to be fucking 10 to 20 times worse, I calculate, with quantum computing.
My takeaway, you nerds better hope my ass doesn't get in the White House, because you'll never see a phone again, all right?
Yeah.
You want to use the internet? Get on a desktop.
Yeah. And maybe
you also can't have an Xbox anymore or a PlayStation.
No Xbox.
Don't take away a video game.
You want to play games? Well, I built a jungle gym you can play on.
How about Uno? Can we play Uno?
Card games? Fine.
Yeah.
You can play with people. You have to socialize, you little freaks.
Yeah. Speaking of artificial intelligence, thank God this just happened before we recorded, but Google just launched some new AI video and photo capabilities that are truly staggeringly.
This I will say, unless you can actually use it, I don't. But like they released Sora and they let like 200 people come in, and then they were like, sorry, we're closing the thing again.
Mhm.
Also, this is the way it always goes. They talked about Sora, what was it, way back in March, February? And they released these things as if, okay, groundbreaking tech is here. We did it, guys. You can now create any kind of video you want. Here's what it looks like. And everyone goes, okay, can we use it? And they're like, shh, not yet.
Yeah.
And then they rolled it out. I tried to sign up. I was like, oh, great. I already paid for ChatGPT. Let me try to get in this thing. Locked out. And Sam Altman's going like, guys, hang on. We're trying.
I'm typing as fast as I can.
It's always just fucking, guys, we did it. We have a groundbreaking tech again.
That's the thing. I think Google is the, what's the word? Not the underdog because they're fucking Google, but I think that they are going to be, I think they're going to emerge victorious as the leaders.
Yeah, let's see.
Quantum and AI.
Let's ask this.
Well, wait, let's scroll down and see the.
Let's ask this thing to maybe generate us what the American Revolutionary War looked like and watch it spit out a bunch of Chinese guys fighting.
Oh, because it's woke or whatever?
No, it just like.
Yeah, it's broken. You've seen the show Devs, right?
Yes.
By the way, folks, if you want a fun, fictionalized, limited series about quantum computing and the multiverse and stuff, do yourself a huge fucking favor and go watch Devs. It was on FX, and it really fucks with your head.
I mean, outside of a few stinkers, go watch some Alex Garland in general. He's the guy who did it. Because I just rewatched Ex Machina.
It's such a great movie.
I mean, all his shit is so great.
All his shit is really good.
Although, he's got some stinkers. Okay,
he's got some stinky
winks. Allowed to have some stinkers.
So these are some video examples of this VEO 2, their high quality video generation capabilities. And if you normally I like to think that we're all pretty good at spotting AI being fake or just it being AI generated. This is so, I can't even, to the audio listener, God, I wish you could see this. But it's so realistic down to even the roots of this woman's hair and the imperfections in her skin near her eyes.
I say, let me use it then, bitch. Show me for real.
It's fucking bananas. And this is not me saying it's good or bad. I'm just pointing out an objective truth that this has gone so far, so fast. Let's click through some of these. Here's an animated one. It looks like Pixar. The way the hair on this kid, the lighting, the textures, it's unbelievably good. This guy holding this beekeeper. Look how fucking good that is.
The bees are the bees don't look that great, I will say. The bees, I mean, do you have to? That's not what bees look like.
Sure, okay. All right.
The bees look bad.
That's fair. Here's some flamingos. Look at the way the fluid in the water. It's, oh my God.
Okay, Ben's literally hard right now.
Oh my God. I've been getting ads, by the way, on TikTok for some AI thing that lets you show what it would look like if you were kissing your crush. Like, take a photo of yourself and a photo of your crush, and it'll make an AI-generated video of you guys hugging and kissing. I'm like, that is bleak.
Stop
and also,
writing articles about why aren't young people fucking anymore? Because
that shit.
What the hell? What did you do to them?
I don't want to see me kissing, though. I don't want to. Wow. So look at that. Look at the little imperfections on the glass. Folks, I mean, I don't know what this is going to mean for the future of commercials, of filmmaking, of graphic design, but
I do. A lot of people won't have jobs.
Yeah. I mean, I really look at this. I mean, some of these, then they've got the image generator thing. They got a little squirrel here. And it's just bananas, it's crazy what they're doing over there. And apparently none of these people have seen Terminator. So yeah, that looks fake.
I mean, it's a hummingbird as a strawberry.
I know, it's a strawberry. All right. So speaking of,
I mean, good time to talk about the OpenAI whistleblower.
Yeah.
Ben doesn't think it's a big deal. He thinks it's good the guy got popped.
I didn't say that at all.
Whoa,
I did
Ben,
not
what the
say that.
fuck?
I looked at the whistle that the proverbial whistle he was blowing did not seem as urgent as a murder would have you believe.
Well, if you haven't seen it is kind of a shame. The story has kind of gotten zero visibility,
None,
really. But this guy, he was young. I think he's 26.
26.
Sashir Balaji, and apologies if I've mispronounced. But he was an OpenAI researcher. He worked there for 4 years in different capacities. Ended up leaving, and then this fall, in October, he reached out to the New York Times and did this big article, blowing the whistle on them about how they're breaking copyright law.
Yeah. Yeah. He said in his 4 years there, he was seeing firsthand that they were totally violating copyright law, and he was concerned. His bigger thing was that he was concerned for the future of the internet.
Yeah.
OpenAI, of course, responded and said, like, we've got plenty of lawyers. We know what we're doing. We're not violating U.S. copyright law. And then, yeah, he died in an apparent suicide in November.
But they most definitely are violating copyright law.
Sure. Of course.
But I think that's what you think is not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I was expecting him to, when I was looking it up, I was like, oh, he's going to be talking about how they have like these nefarious plans to.
But I do think that is very nefarious. And I think that this is the problem with AI. They've done a good job of being like, oh my God, the singularity and AGI and all this stuff. Like, what's it going to mean for us all? But they basically have illegally built these platforms on the backs of creators, journalists, all of these people. I mean, just look at some of these platforms and
the entire internet.
You can describe, if you say like, put Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Terminator, into it, they're like, oh, sorry, you can't do copyrighted, whatever. But then if you describe and detail that thing, it just comes out. They're like, oh, surely you're talking about
fucking Groks. It just violates it. It doesn't care.
Right. So they've clearly just combed incredible amounts of data from all these people.
Yeah.
And these companies would not even be able to exist without violating these laws. I do think that's a massive deal. I mean, you're talking about, Sam Altman is now worth tons of money, has a huge amount of power, allied with Microsoft, trying to create a monopoly on these powers.
Mm-hmm. I just don't think that he was the first nor the most prominent voice to raise these concerns. There have been the other whistleblowers from within the company, like
was there other ones who were talking about this specific
Ilya
issue?
Sutskever left,
but he wasn't talking about copyright stuff. He was talking about big picture things.
Right.
Like they're not,
which to me is even more of a concern than just mere copyright law. His big
why?
picture.
Because that's very difficult to prove. There are lawsuits right now, companies being like, you need to stop training on our data.
Right.
This is insane.
Yeah.
And companies like AI have come out and been like, we're running out of data to train on. We need to just gobble up as much as we can to even make the next leaps and bounds we can.
Yeah.
If they get shut down, they're toast. I mean, Sam Altman's already in a precarious situation, right? Elon Musk is kind of at odds with him, and now
big time.
You see him kind of trying to play to Trump a little bit, Sam Altman, and being, wanting to get in his good graces. I mean, Elon Musk has become the most powerful man in the world.
He's head and shoulders by far the most powerful man in the world.
Yeah.
It's
and he's
fucking
got it
crazy
out for Sam Altman.
Yeah.
He's got a little house of cards he's built that he's got to keep going.
Yeah.
If a researcher who worked there for 4 years was planning to testify in some of these cases and stuff and actually get some of these companies shut down, I don't know if that's a real possibility, but I do think there's
in that sense,
real implications.
I don't think that this guy was murdered. I think that perhaps he was goaded into his own self-destruction in that sense. I'm sure you think he was murdered?
I don't know, but the circumstances are very weird.
Yeah.
His parents released a thing. They said, "Justice for Shashir. We are the parents of happy, smart, and brave young man Sashir found dead in his apartment on 11/26/2024. We are seeking to know complete truth. We need more answers. Sashir just went on vacation with his friends between 11/16 and 11/22. He was very happy when he spoke to family on 11/22 at 7:15 p.m. and was excited about his trip. His time of death is a few hours after his last call with family. We don't understand within a few hours what happened does not align with his happy mood and return from vacation.
I'll just say that's unfortunately often the case with people who kill themselves.
I'll just say it's been a weird year of...
and that's not me defending fucking OpenAI, by the way. Can't believe I have to say that.
It's been a weird year of suicidal
Yeah.
whistleblowers.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I do think that like part of it is because, people go like, whatever, copyright law, that sounds boring. But it is insane that these companies have been able to kind of like build these massive brands out of just stolen data that they're feeding these things and just having it regurgitate back to us.
Yeah. Stolen data, stolen mama.
He got it in, folks. He got it. I was worried he might not get to do it.
Nice.
And I'm glad.
Also, it's not just Elon that's upset with OpenAI. Meta, and I forgot who else. I think it might be co-signed by Elon Musk. They're putting in like a complaint or something, chiming in about OpenAI trying to change their status from nonprofit to for-profit. And their reason was surprising. They said that it would set a dangerous precedent going forward, that any company could then declare themselves a nonprofit, and then at a time when it's convenient and most beneficial to them, they could change to a for-profit, reaping all the benefits of a nonprofit and simultaneously all the benefits of being for-profit.
But that's all obviously just self-interested bullshit.
I mean, yeah. When Elon Musk is going off about Sam Altman, it's because he's competing with him, not because he's genuinely
From that
concerned.
lawsuit, he backed off on. There were leaks that came out where Elon Musk was talking about way back when he was part of the company about how like we're always going to progress into a for-profit company.
Yeah. What a cocksucker. What a just God. How do you think he's going to go, Elon Musk? If you had to make a prediction, the invisible timer on his head. If you believe in what is that called?
Predestination.
Yeah, something. Yeah, predestination. Something.
I think maybe he tries to swallow a second barrel and his body can't.
his body rejects it, and he can't regurgitate it. I'm choking on a barrel. Yeah, boy. Man, I wanted to get to this.
Speaking of CEOs biting the dust, the reaction to the Luigi Mangione stuff has been just...
It's been great.
Well, it's just been wild. I honestly thought that like I thought it would be bad that I kind of thought the party would be over when he got caught, if he got caught, because I figured, law enforcement and the government and media was going to be able to control the narrative, but they just cannot. Also, I did not think they counted on him being so goddamn hot.
No.
But but it is wild to see that, there was a couple. Who's that fucking piece of shit? Jesse Waters on Fox News. But he had his little fantasies. He was like, just wait till these inmates get a hold of him. You know what? I have one of the tweets.
Insinuating that they're gonna like sexually assault him. No, they love him in there. He's a people's hero.
Well, they have footage of them from the jail.
Oh, yelling out, yeah.
Like, free Luigi.
His conditions are terrible. Free this guy.
Yeah.
Luigi's conditions suck.
Luigi's conditions suck. Free Luigi.
This was just from a few hours ago, and here they are, 10 o'clock as promised. They said earlier today, tell Ashley Banfield that Luigi is watching at 10 o'clock. I mean, obviously, that's just a hard roast at this point because they're not near Luigi in any way.
Can I just ask the guys, if they can hear me right now, to answer yes or no very loud. Does Luigi have television in his single cell?
No way.
They said
Holy
no, right?
shit. Wow, wait, okay. So all these guys are watching this live.
No, they're...
Oh, he yelled it to them?
They,
and they cut it out?
he's just close by. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going, hey, does Luigi have television in there?
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
But it's just, I mean, here's another one. This one really surprised me. They're at some kind of nightclub in Boston. And did you see that? It's just.
And they got his mugshot up there and photos of him.
This is what I was talking about when I was like, it's just, you know, Twitter's going to do what Twitter does. But it's weird to see stuff out in the world where just like normies are like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, if the would-be Trump assassin looked like that. Because, you know, oh yeah, wow, they're going nuts. If the would-be Trump...
But I don't think it's just because he's hot. I think people genuinely have a disgust with, you know...
Yeah.
With these people. There's been merch coming out with the deny, defend, depose. I mean, and then graffiti all over the place.
There's walking tours you can do in New York for the...
Jesus.
Like, this is where Luigi did it, you know?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's the very
they are,
sad story of the woman, I believe in Florida, who she was on the phone with her healthcare company, having a really difficult time, and she ended up saying something along the lines of deny, defend, depose, like you guys are scum. And
she said, "You guys are next."
Yeah, and then they arrested her and are holding her on a $100,000 bail, which is fucking psycho.
They're definitely making an example out of this woman to show, hey, we are not fucking around. If anybody tries to replicate this in the slightest, even verbally, we're gonna take that and throw the book at you. And that's what they're doing to this poor woman. Fuck that.
Which is why it's very, you know, well, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into it, but it's yeah, GoFundMe took down the GoFundMe to raise money for
his defense fund.
Yeah.
Wow.
But apparently, I didn't know this. There's a Christian company called Give, Send, Go, and they are allowing them to stay up. Apparently, they've allowed this before for Kyle Rittenhouse and
the breath before really
and January 6th. People who attacked the Capitol. So you got to at least give it to.
Oh, they've only raised 128,000. Jesus.
No, raised 141.
141. Excuse me.
I mean, that's not terrible. Come on,
that's not terrible.
Luigi Mangione.
Luigi. I mean, you got to give it up to them for their, you know, having the integrity to.
Yeah, they're consistent.
Ideological consistency.
Yeah.
They say, hey. You kill someone, come raise your gun.
We'll defend you. Yeah. Or not defend you, but we'll give, send, go for sure.
But it's just been an absolute wild time.
Yeah.
I'm
tired of living in exciting times.
I've never seen... I don't know. Maybe it'll die down. It just feels so crazy.
Yeah, no, I still have my gut feeling that things are going to get more exciting, quote unquote, before they calm down.
Yeah, you think something Chinese is coming?
Yeah, I think something Chinese is still coming. But I just wish we could all just take a break. Just, hey, everybody stop.
You can, all right?
Christmas can everybody just stop? Christmas is around the corner. Let's all just have fun.
Park your drones.
Lock them up. You know, have a beer.
I did get nervous speaking about the woman who, I mean, I shouldn't even say it on here. The woman who got arrested for saying you guys are next or whatever. Mm-hmm. It said, whatever health company in the wake of Luigi Mangione forgave 11,500 people's medical debt. Mm-hmm. And I retweeted it and I said, someone do a student loan servicer next.
Oh my God.
And it was up for like 90 seconds. I was like, I'm going to delete this.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is, Mohila's CEO to get popped. And then I got to, because they're looking for, Italian Americans who.
It's true. Handsome ones. I tweeted something to Elon. I quote tweeted a Elon Musk thing earlier today, and then I deleted it because I'm just apparently Elizabeth Warren was telling the Trump administration, hey, we got to do the whole standard conflict of interest thing, disclosure, whatever, with Elon Musk, since he's going to be such a close advisor. And the Trump campaign's apparent response was whatever Pocahontas, Elon Musk has done more for this country than anything you've ever done in your life. And it's just like, we're living in a fucking nightmare.
I mean,
that is their childish response that, hey, she's like, hey, should you guys, just a reminder, you guys got to adhere to the law of the land. And they're like, whatever, fucking bitch, whatever, you dumb bitch. He's done more for this country than you have, you stupid bitch.
To expect anything else is so funny though. But I mean, poor Elizabeth Warren having to, you guys have to do your conflicts of conflicts of interest disclosures.
It's basically a high school class about to get out for break, and she's the student going, teacher, you forgot to assign us homework for the break. And Elon Musk and Trump are the jocks going, shut up, you dumb, stupid slut. We got Christmas break coming. And then they fucking kill her or something. They would absolutely kill her if they could. If Elon Musk could, he'd kill her. He'd kill so many people if he
Do
could.
you think he would?
Oh, fuck yeah, he could. He's worth $470 billion as of today. Anyway, yeah, he quote retweeted that news thing and just said, haha, like, shut up, Pocahontas. And it's just, yeah, cool. No, because of course he can do that. Of course he can. Why does he need any kind of disclosure? It's, what's another give him another 400 billion, I say. Let him do whatever he wants. Enrich yourself further. Let's just see how high you can go, buddy. I wish you Godspeed. Anyway, let's go into the bonus.
Let's go into the bonus.
I got a boner
remember
for the
to tune
bonus.
in live later. I will be self-flagellating.
Yeah.
Sorry for the wrong tweet.
And thanks for watching, everybody. And we hope you learned
We'll
something.
see you in New York and Boston.
We'll see you. We're not going to do anything until then, so we'll see you. We'll see you in February. All right. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.